Hey everyone, it's James.
I'm Stephanie.
And we're going to be talking to you today about the 2015 Winnebago Travato.
Yeah, and we totally scored because we actually got Russ Garfin here from Winnebago, who's the product manager and specializes in Travatos as well.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the Winnebago touring coaches.
Great.
Okay. Now we've known about the Travato for a while, but we haven't really taken a close look at it until I saw this ad in Motorhome Magazine. Now, Russ, this is clearly you're marketing the Travato right at the active outdoors RV consumer. So what are some of the things on the Travato that make it uniquely suited for that market?
Yeah, thanks, James. The Travato is built on the Chrysler's ProMaster chassis, which is brand new for the North American market. It is a little bit wider than what's the Sprinter that we use on our Era, which is very successful. But it's a little bit wider, lower to the ground. The width allows us to do some different things with the floor plans, allows you to sleep across coach and do some other things. Also, the price point is lower, so it's easier to get into.
And it's short, speaking of easy to get into, it's short, so you can get it into the places where you're going to be kayaking, hiking.
Right, and speaking of kayaking, there's a rack on the top, which is very neat.
Yeah, we have the full luggage rack system with, you can put 2 kayaks up there. There's 2 bike racks on the back as well.
Right.
So it's all set up for all your gear. The bed folds up out of the way, so whatever you got to bring with you, there's lots of room.
So you've really thought this through, trying to reach out to the active RVer in this model.
Yeah, we think there's a lot of people whose lives would really be enriched with a product like this, have base camp wherever they go.
Yeah.
What a way to enjoy this great country.
Yeah. So one of the reasons that we haven't looked at the Travato previously is because we've become kind of diesel snobs, and this has only been available in gas.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you're saying that's going to be changing?
Yeah, we've got something for the snobs too.
Ouch! Ouch!
No, we're excited. We just got our first diesels in. It's just been released by Chrysler, and so we're offering a diesel option for people who want it. You're going to get this gets fantastic fuel economy for a motorhome. You're getting 17 miles per gallon on the highway with the gas, but on the diesel you'll get 22 and above for high fuel economy. Yeah,
that's great. Okay, so one thing I noticed is there's wonderful leather interior in the back, but the front seats are just cloth. So.
Oh yeah, right. That's another. Actually, it points out a great safety feature of this vehicle because it fits under that 10,000 pound limit here in North America. There's a whole bunch of safety standards that apply. So you get things like tire pressure monitoring and all the other driving safety features, as well as 6 airbags in the cab, including airbags that are in the seats. So that prevents us from recovering them because then we would have to
crash test
and
so
it's good.
There's no option there, just for safety.
For safety. Yep.
Well, safety's important.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna crash test this one, but I am gonna crawl all over it. So let's get started with that.
All right, great.
Let's go.
All right. And we're gonna start with the outside.
Wait, stop! What in the world is this bell and that dinging?
It's a bell. I'm going to ding it when there's something in the video that I like.
Okay, don't you think that's a little annoying for people?
No, I don't.
Good grief.
Back to the Travato. It comes in this flame red color.
Yes, and I actually love that flame red color. I think it screams active, RVer.
And you won't lose it in a parking lot. So here I am with the arm waving you love.
Hello, Vanna, yes.
Now those 2 circles on the back, that's an outdoor entertainment system actually. Exterior speakers. There's a step underneath, we'll show that later. And this, like that is a 12-volt outlet on the outside of the rig.
Which actually is unusual.
Yeah, normally you just get that like the 120 volts.
Yeah. Okay.
Now here's a monster rack and ladder on the back.
And you're going up to see the other rack on top.
And here's what I saw. So that thing up front, that's a TV antenna that you don't have to raise up and down when you want to use it.
The bell.
There's a fantastic fan. There's the air conditioner, of course, the vent for the bathroom fan, and a plumbing vent.
Okay.
Now, the little whip antenna there in the middle, see it?
Yeah.
That is for the entertainment system.
Okay. Oh, and there are the bikes on.
Yeah. Now, we had to try it because there was a bike rack.
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally travel with the race bikes on here, but they do fit.
Of course not.
And it is very adjustable. We didn't take the time to get it just so. But this,
oh my goodness,
is the best thing about this bike rack.
Well, it is pretty cool.
You can open the door
while the bikes are on.
Yeah. If you've ever had a hitch mount thing where you had to take all the bikes off to get to your trunk.
You appreciate that.
You do.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably how they envision people traveling with bikes.
Yep, and this is what we would do if we had this RV.
Yeah, so we would load them in here. And it's kind of a Murphy bed, so there's room there when the bed's up.
Yep.
But obviously, we can't put the bed down with them like that.
Yeah.
But if you take the front wheel off, look, see, there's not.
Yeah,
I was not shy about pointing out to Russ that it wouldn't take much raising of the bed to actually fit the bikes in there.
And here is a TRX. One of the cool things about the Travato is there's a natural mounting point for you TRXers, so that's definitely a bonus. You should hit that bell.
I'm going to give you a ding.
Okay.
For
And
the
there's
TRX.
Chad. He's a Winnebagan. He's actually from Winnebago. They wanted to try it out. And there's Russ doing some TRX squats. So how cool is that?
You can just loop it through the hinges.
Yep, it loops through the hinges, and you got
then
full
you
body
started
gym.
to go a little
Look at that,
overboard.
so fun.
It to shut you down there. Driver's side, fairly standard stuff. You saw the gray and black tank dumps there. You actually have to run a motor, a pump to dump the gray. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Furnace vents, fridge vents, low point drains. You will not see a water heater vent because it's an electric only water heater.
Huh, okay.
Now that is the only exterior storage on
And
the RV.
I'm assuming that sewer hose.
Yes, thank goodness it's outside. 30 amp and part cable input right there.
Okay.
Those other two circles there, that's a tank fill and city water.
Okay.
Now that is a remote propane fill. The propane tank, which you'll see when I go underneath, is way up under there.
Okay.
So you need that in order to be able to fill it.
All right, and there's the gas tank and lots of shiny redness.
Now, if you have a Sprinter, you'll be familiar with that gas tank setup.
Yeah.
And we did get to go for a drive. We had some interesting
All right,
observations.
here we go.
All
We're
right.
ready.
And we're off.
Okay. Woohoo!
Now, this is the gas, so
Yeah.
note any differences. I already noticed that the transmission is different.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what do you notice?
Well, like there's no delay with the shifting, like with the diesel.
Yeah. Did the diesel seem louder, or is it just me?
Diesels are always louder.
Okay. Because it's very quiet.
It's very quiet because they couldn't even hear us.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. I'm not even gonna need I get a little bit.
But hey,
Just like a foot wider.
that was awesome for a Class B. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And we're gonna stomp on it. Here we go.
All right, go.
This is the gas.
Go, Travato, go.
And we're speeding. All right.
That was good, don't you think? What do you think?
No, I think it was good. It's peppier feeling than the diesel just because of that shifting.
Huh.
Yeah. So can you program that while we're driving?
GPS. Oh, okay, so it's still just that.
Yeah, all right, but it's letting you program. That's good.
Yeah.
You want to hop up and get in the back and see what you think about the ride in the back if you would demand the air system?
It's tighter than ours, no question.
Because it has the wider axles,
Yeah.
they're about 4 inches wider, and
Really?
the whole thing has a lower center of gravity than a Sprinter. It's not as tall.
We had,
yeah.
This is a lot less bumpy than ours. We've tried to make a lot of modifications
Have you?
to help ours, to help our ride. You know, I really love it when we get the chance to test drive these things. You learn so much about the RV just by putting it on the road.
I'm giving that a ding.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we are with the insides of the Travato.
All right, starting with the electric step.
Yep. Now notice the Travato doesn't have like a step well like the Sprinter does. That's why
Yeah.
they put that step there.
Oh, and I really like the screen.
The
I
screen
wish
is
we
nice.
Had one.
It's even curved to match the curve of the vehicle. Okay, this is very important. This is kind of to give you a bearing. Notice there's a separate dining area and a
Yes.
separate bed. You don't have to convert one
Yes.
to make it ding. I
Yep,
give that
and
a
that's
ding.
something that we hate about our RV.
Yeah. Okay, now here we are in the galley. That is a very familiar sink.
Yep, it's what we have.
Yeah. A propane stove that's also very similar, except
Uh-huh.
this one has a push button, like a electronic ignition. Giving that a ding.
Gosh, the bell.
You'll like the bell. All right, so now notice back there behind that, underneath that spice rack, there's sort of a little cable input and a plug.
Uh-huh.
So they can't put a TV back where the bed is because it's a Murphy bed. It would knock the TV
there's
down.
nowhere to put it.
So
Yeah.
they envision a TV on a stand, and they've put the hookups there so that you can use that.
Okay, so you have that option. Oh, hello, big refrigerator. Look at that. It's almost as tall as me.
Yes,
I like that fridge. Why aren't you dinging the bell now? Ding the bell.
You can get your own bell.
I'm dinging it. That was my ding. And there's a nice little freezer. Oh,
Yes. Now, that fridge is only 16 inches wide. It's a rather narrow
isn't that
fridge.
neat, though?
Yeah. Microwave, that is not a convection microwave.
Correct. But there's a reason for that.
Right. The convection microwaves are a little bit bigger, deeper, and they're really cramming a lot into this. It's only like 20 feet, 11 inches long.
So they're trying to save space. So it's awesome.
So here we go with a wardrobe. There's a lot of delivery items in there, parts to the bike racks, etc.
Yeah.
So, but there's a big wardrobe cabinet.
Okay.
These are full extension drawer glides.
And what are those buttons called?
That's positive latching. Give that a ding.
Okay. I like how you push them in and you get them out of the way.
Well, that
Space
and
saving.
you know they're locked and the drawer's not going to fly open when you're underway.
Yes, for sure.
Now, there's some stuff under here that I like.
Oh, good.
Namely, the water filtration system. Ding.
Oh, my goodness. That bell is driving me nuts.
Live with it. You love the bell. So now down below there, that's intended to be removed. You'll see a pump under here. That is not the fresh water pump.
Okay.
That is the pump for the shower drain. There's a filter on there, so you will need to get to that to service it from time to time.
Okay.
But they've made some improvements. There's actually a second filter right there in the shower. You'll see that when we get to the shower.
Okay. More storage, which is very important in a Class B.
Yep. Especially there in the galley is where that one
Yeah.
was. And I think next we're moving on to the bathroom.
Okay.
Now this is a wet bath, which we normally don't really like.
Yeah, we're not
but
big fans of wet bath, but this one was so
It's
wide.
huge. It's huge.
I can almost get my arms all the way open the other way, this way. Yep.
Yeah, and that shower head, by the way, it does have an on-off thing, so you don't have to adjust
Yeah.
the temperature each time. And the bathroom is quite wide. Now, again, if you've ever sat next to me on an airplane, wide shoulders.
I have. I know.
But I can fit in there just fine. And
Yeah.
like Steph said, the long way is plenty of room. Floor is very sturdy because it's right on the floor.
Yeah.
They didn't raise the shower and put in a trap because they'd had to cut a hole in the floor and make the shower
Yeah.
less tall.
Yep. And there's some storage in the shower.
And
It's
it's gasketed, so it won't get wet.
good.
And that not raising the floor and putting in a P-trap, that's why they've got the shower drain pump. And there's the switch for it right
Okay,
there.
right in there.
It gives you basically extra vertical height in the shower and prevents them cutting another hole in the underside of a vehicle that's already pretty low.
And that was a China bowl.
Oh, yes. China bowl.
Goodness. And that storage is also water friendly, I guess.
Yeah, and that's pretty far, actually, from the shower head.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you could, and the door is waterproof as well.
Oh, yeah. I love that shower door.
There's a better
that
shot of the
metallic-
door coming up.
Okay. All right. So
All right, now here we are in the bedroom.
Yep.
Plenty of storage up above. Now you see that black fabricy thing there on the
Yes.
underside of the bed? That's actually a storage bag. It's not intended to be removed though.
bonus.
But I would use it like a laundry
Oh,
bag or something.
yeah. Tons. I could see tons of uses
Now
for
they've
that.
raised the Travato in this.
They've raised the Travato?
Well, the Travato bed.
Okay. Okay. What?
I get a buzzer for that.
They jacked it up.
That would be funny. More storage under there for things like your 30 amp plug.
Okay.
They
cool.
they raised the bed to give it a little more width. And now there were some, if you've read blogs like I have about the Travato, there were some concerns about that strap not being sturdy enough in
Yeah.
previous. They have totally addressed that.
Okay,
That
so
thing
they
was
fixed
super
it.
sturdy, and it was like an automotive seat belt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now the bed, there it is.
Okay, so
It's
here's
only
the
like
test.
46 inches wide, I think.
Okay.
But we can fit in the bed just fine. You'll see us here lying.
Yeah, I was actually surprised at how comfortable I was.
As long as
lying
we
next
still
to you.
like each other. I'll give that a ding.
That is the question. Will we still like each other?
We'll see when I'm done with the bell.
Yeah, we'll see.
So here his and hers reading lights on the bed.
Yep, that's nice.
And this is pretty important. I think that not enough people pay attention to it when they design a coach. So
Yeah.
there's a plug and a little pocket. So if you want to charge your phone at night,
Yep,
you
have
can
your
do
phone
it.
right next to you. For
Putting the bed away is just that easy. Ba-bam.
And did we say you can keep the bedding on
I
there?
know, that takes up so much storage
Yes,
space.
it does. So,
All right, so now here we are in the dinette.
okay.
And ultra leather in the dinette.
Yep, and there was some lumbar support. It was quite comfortable.
Yeah.
the
Notice
seating.
what you don't see in the dinette?
What?
A bed!
Yay! No bed.
So TV, kind of an interesting place for the TV. It's
Yeah.
not super visible, but
Well, what other option do you have in that thing?
yeah.
So
you
I
couldn't-
understand.
Yeah. Storage behind the TV, though, that was helpful.
Yeah.
Entertainment system there. And I think there's some more storage. Yeah, there's a cushion in it right there up over the cab of the vehicle.
Yeah, a little bonus storage up above.
There we go.
And nice and deep. You can probably fit a ton of stuff up there.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have to be bedding because you don't have a bed that you have to take the bedding off of. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm not going to show all 58 takes it took for Steph to get the MCD shades. Like the shades. Okay,
so I'm not an MCD shade professional, but I do like the MCD shades.
All right, so now we usually show the tilting and swiveling of the seats in our, and in the Travato, it's particularly important because these become a significant part of the dining area.
Yeah, and they actually turned quite easily once I figured out. Russ was showing me how to do it here.
Right,
it turned a lot easier than our Sprinter seat did.
Well, our Sprinter's an aftermarket. Yeah, and those are factory swivels.
Yeah. Okay.
And here he is with the table. There's even an extra seat there on top of the water cooler.
To the right, if you can see it on the right, another seat. You could get a ton of people in there.
And here we have Steph in super fast motion putting the second bed together.
Oh, come on. I'm always that fast.
Right. But this is pretty unique. In a Class B, you've got a completely separate second bed.
How cool is that? 2 beds in a Class B.
And you'll see Steph jump on it here. Since this is a Travato, it's a little wider. You can actually sleep 6'2" across the coach.
Yeah. And the bell again.
Yeah. So 6'2" cross coach, second bed, separate. Yes. All right.
And the bell again.
So here we have the Travato dash, pretty standard dash, and a second glove box.
Yeah.
It's actually air conditioned.
Yeah, but the bell again. But what are you going to do with that? Because
you could put chocolates in it or something.
Chocolate. Okay, that's it. I'm taking the bell. You're done with the bell. The bell is
Steph,
gone.
that was a Christmas present.
Not anymore. It's not.
You're mean. Okay, so here we have trying to put up the window shades that they have in the Travato.
Right.
They couldn't really, they're not allowed to modify the cab because they'd have to crash test the vehicle because it's under 10,000 pounds. So this is what they've come up with for blacking out the cab. There's this kind of, it's almost kind of like an automotive carpet kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
And you'll see it blocks out pretty well. And I kind of liked the ones they had on the sides because they just kind of went on with magnets. So you'll see you just gotta go bam, stick it up.
Yeah.
So they're
I don't know how they could improve this, but it isn't a perfect system.
Yeah. I don't know what else they could do either.
Yeah.
But they're always trying to improve it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with something else in the future. But I do like the magnets. It's just bam, it was up there.
Yeah, that is much better.
Okay. So that's the cab shades. And now the all-important test that we don't recommend anyone actually do.
Yes, but can we get to the bathroom from the passenger seat while driving?
Motion. And yes, we can. Yes. And you can see that door now.
Yeah, I love it. I think it looks real modern.
Okay, now here we have some mechanicals. So there's a remote propane cutoff switch there, upper left. Ding. And then the thermostat for the heater and tests for the gray, black, fresh, LP, propane generator switch, all pretty standard stuff.
Got it.
I think I'm going to show here the air conditioner. It's got its separate thermostat, but it's got a heat strip, not a heat pump. So that means you can actually run it -20. You can still run that heat strip to get some heat.
Okay.
There's a battery cutoff switch there.
All right, and what is this?
That is a pickup for antifreeze, if you want to winterize with antifreeze. They support actually both winterizing with antifreeze and blowout. It's in the manual. I read the manual.
You read the manual. Wow. Ding. You are a nerd.
So this is pretty cool. This is the the fuses and the circuit breakers.
Yeah.
I actually asked about the converter.
Yeah.
And Russ called the factory. It is a proper 3-stage converter for properly charging AGM batteries.
Oh, and here you're doing the rattle test, but that's not necessary because we drove it and it wasn't. There was no rattles.
There were no ding, no rattles.
No dings. You're done with the dings.
Okay, so here's all sorts of good stuff under here. So there's that big white box. That's actually the water heater. That is electric only.
Okay.
It's a little unusual. That means you either have to be plugged in or run the generator to get hot water with this model, the 59G. 59K, they're working with a Truma combi unit, which is a propane fired unit.
Cool.
There was a subwoofer there on the left too. Ding. Here, I can't stress enough how low to the ground the vehicle is. I really had a hard time.
I can't stress enough how much I wish we had one of those rolly racks for you to get under there with.
So here we're looking at tanks. That's a gray tank in the back and the propane tank well under kind of midship. There is the Group 31 AGM battery.
Wow, look at all that
Ding!
stuff.
And there's the generator in the back, the green, that's just aft of the rear axle is where the generator is.
Okay.
All up underneath the coach.
Wow.
Now there is, we'll see right here, there are
Okay.
some water lines on the outside of the coach, so
All
it's
right.
not a 4-season coach. You can
Got
use
it.
it 3 seasons comfortably.
Uh-huh.
But not a
Okay.
true 4-season coach.
Okay, good to
they
note.
They don't market it as such, so there's no big
Yeah,
surprise there.
yeah. What's
This I
that?
kind of did like. These are low point drains for like the hot and cold.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So, but I like the little knobs. You just turn them on there.
Oh, convenient.
Yeah,
Okay.
black tank there. I'm looking at, those are sonar, not probes into the tank.
Cool. Oh, and that's Winnebago's own label because they custom make their own tanks.
Yeah, that's how they're able to get
that
these
cool?
interesting shapes.
Yeah, I didn't
like
know
that
they
one's
did
got
that.
a little shelf on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is the black tank, and here we see it draining around to the side of it. What you don't see is the gray draining there. That's because you have to actually run a little drain pump to drain the gray tank. So
Oh,
that's a little different
interesting.
from what you normally see. The switch for that pump is on the back here in this
Okay.
tailgate area.
Okay, this is the area for you partiers.
Right, so there's a propane hookup for a grill,
Okay.
water and hose storage there. There's a
Plug in for your TV.
plug in for the TV, and I think there's even a light there on the side.
Wow, very
And
neat.
That is going to wrap it up for the Travato.
Well, I really like this, RV. What do you think?
I kind of did too.
I'm
It's
pretty
kind of
excited
spunky.
about it.
So if you had a chance to take a look at one, please do. And that's going to do it for us.
All right, thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.